like being a wholesale provider, but not really like being a wholesale provider of that takeoff and healing.
As I started seeing that takeoff and healing,
but on a pretty big position, and
but on
that was
a
one that
pretty big
went up to 10, and that was one that trade and went up to 10, and was a really good trade.
It sucks to see how much the
token has
gone down.
It sucks to see how much the token has gone down.
There's a lot of structural things on the tokenomics.
There's a lot of structural things on the tokenomics. I love the idea of what they're building, but I love the idea of what they're building.
Successful.
That's the tricky part in crypto.
Be successful.
That's the tricky part in crypto. At one point, if you hold it forever, ends up being you hold it forever. Ends up being
profitable. Less profitable.
Yeah, so the thing as well. Right?
Totally. When I started the fund, I was bullish on helium. When I started the fund, I was bullish on helium. That's when I first started buying. That's when I first started buying. And then I doubled down at 3, and it ended up being. And then I doubled down at 3, and it ended up being my first part of putting on that trade. But yeah, like my first part of putting on that trade. A couple other ones in 2024. A couple other ones in 2024. I was really early to like a trio of names in the virtuals ecosystem. So virtuals ecosystem was pretty early to virtuals, as I saw when they shifted this from like AI waifu platform to like agentic pump fund. And it was still really early in AI. And it was still really early at ways to get people were looking crypto exposure.
It's in 2024.
Crypto exposure.
It's in 2024.
This was like end of September, early October. This was like end of September, early October 2020. Yeah, so this was about at like 10 cents. Yeah, so this was about at like 10 cents before it eventually went up to like the 50-cent range. Now, but I started seeing this massive. But I started seeing this new agent and new token creation. New agent and new token creation. They make money on volume. Similar to Pump Fund, they make money correspondingly see this really correspondingly increase in revenue, meaningful increase in revenue. A lot of the agents that were launched end up being like essentially chatbots, end up being like very novel essentially chatbots. And there were some felt very novel at the time, and there were some ground things that I think ultimately related to ground work. It was early to virtuals, and then was following all those virtuals, and then was following all those launches. Was early because of that. Then was early because of that. To AIXBT, a 10 million market cap on it, like a 10 million market cap. Yeah, that went up to like a billion almost. That went up to like a billion almost at one point. And then probably my best trade of the cycle was so I was watching Luna, which was the agent created by virtuals, which was the agent created by virtuals. What I noticed was that if you went into the terminal, every single time that it responded, every single time that it responded, the game protocol, the game protocol, the game protocol, and the game token that gave it like the token contextual understanding and the ability to understanding respond to prompts that it received, like very early version of like very AI chat version of like. And I saw that there was also this game token. I saw that there was also this game token. That token being necessary for every single time, being necessary for every single time that Luna did anything. Well, it didn't have explicit value accrual. Well, it didn't have explicit value accrual. So I put that on at a 1 million market cap. So I put that on at a 1 million. Ultimately went as high as 400 million. Ultimately went as high as 400 million because I didn't make a 400x. Never time these things perfectly. You can never time these things perfectly. But that was my best trade of the cycle. That was probably my best trade.
So you crushed the AI on-chain trades. So you crushed the AI on-chain trades last cycle.
Yeah, no, that was a really good 2024 from those. I think like in 2025 in the beginning of that year. 2025 was really interesting because we saw deep. It's really interesting because we saw third week of January come out, and that nuke AI stocks, and that nuke AI stocks. The premise was like, all right, well, the premise was like, all right, well, deep training lower the cost of training. That's bad for a lot of chip makers and other AI equities. A lot of the chip makers and other AI equities. Good for agents. Theoretically should be. I think everything good for agents once. But I think 2024 was great. But so 2024 was great. But things go up and go down as you learn over time.
What about 2026, 2027? What about 2026, 2027? What about right now? The question on everybody's mind. What about right now?
Yeah,
what do you like right now?
I don't think in 20. Yeah, so I don't think in 2026 anywhere near the top, and any reason near that like the fundamentals haven't decelerated at all, and if anything haven't decelerated accelerating. So if anything, one of those is the way I look at the market right now is like the way I look at the market right now is at least at the moment there's limited flows. At least at the moment there's limited long term that's going to change. And And I think long-term that's going to change. Into crypto follow like the flows into crypto follow. People want exposure to AI, and they want exposure to AI, and they want exposure to 24/7 generally leaning into. And those are the things that I'm generally leaning into the most. Venice is a consumer application that allows Venice is a consumer application that allows you to use any AI model. They're also releasing a bunch of new products. One of them called Minds that they've alluded to. One of them called Minds that they've alluded to recently. Adds a bunch of different functionality there. Adds a bunch of different functionality there. My estimate they've grown from January 15 million like in January 15 now about like 90 million ARR. Directionally now about like 90 million. A couple million users. They have a couple million users. 45,000 new subscribers. 45,000 new subscribers every month. Yeah, so that 45,000 paid subscribers. These are people actually paid subscribers. These are people actually paying a lot. About 45 million in revenue. About 45 million in revenue. Where people are buying more credits to use the models. People are buying more credits to use the models enough just from what they can't consume enough just from what's in the subscription alone. This is a team that's been around the block and been building. This is a team that's been around the block for 15 years. Or he's for 15 years. Started early Bitcoin companies and started some early Bitcoin companies. This is one that I started following. This is one that I started in January, and he wrote a tweet thread on he wrote a tweet thread on Venice and new tokenomics between which was tokenized compute, tokenized inference, which was tokenized compute, tokenized inference. Deem was trading around like at the time Deem was trading around like $1 per day, and you get $1 per day for every Deem you hold. Inference credits. I'm doing the math on this, and I'm like, well, if you get $1 math on this, and I'm like, if you get $1 a year, that's $365 trading at $2.50 a year. It makes this is trading at $2.50. It makes absolutely no sense. At the economics of Venice, and I'm like, the economics of Venice, and I'm like, they didn't have any explicit burns. They didn't have any other than like the discretionary burns, other than like the discretionary ones, where every month do a certain amount of token burns. Every month do a certain amount of token burns. Every single conversation I had with the team, and every single conversation I had with the team, everything that they are looking to drive as much value as possible. They are looking to drive as much value as possible to the token, and the goal is you can't really burn every token possible. You can't really burn every token possible. But like, if you think about it like that, approaching it,
what does Venice trade at right now?
Approaching it,
what does Venice trade at?
It's trading at around $12. So it's trading at around $12. So depending on whether you look at it somewhere between 500 and it's like somewhere between 500 and 900.
Do you have a specific price target? Do you have a specific price
target?
I
actually have. Yeah, so I built a model a couple months ago, and I've constantly been iterating on it. Right now, they're doing about 6.5 million. Right now, they're doing about 6.5 million of annualized revenue on the 90 million of revenue. The token went from like 2 to 20 earlier this year. The token went from like 2 to 20 earlier this year on all the growth that they had. It pulled back when the market was bad in June. It pulled back when the market was bad in June, when they announced from like an equity raise. When they announced they did an equity raise, where they raised 65 million from Dragonfly, where they raised 65 million from Dragonfly and a couple others, and then scar tissue that people have in crypto. All this scar tissue, there's an equity and there's token. It's like, all right, are we all going to get robbed? What's going to happen? Are we all going to get robbed? What's going to happen? I think it was the wrong way to look at it, because they've been very explicit about wanting to return value to the token, and they've also introduced defined programmatic burns and are introducing new ones over time. This is actually a really good balance between having an equity entity in place, which you just having an equity entity in place. Clarity Act doesn't need to run a company. Just like Clarity Act hasn't certain operational limitations that certain operational limitations having like a token only foundation, having like a token only foundation with a lot of other companies. You just can't interface with a lot of other companies. Hyperliquid being fully on chain is kind of like a different example that everyone likes. Kind of like a different example. Venice, other than the tokenized compute, Venice, other than the tokenized compute, it's not an on-chain business. They're like off-chain business. Most of their users don't even. They're like. Most of their users don't even and it's just like this related to crypto if you want it, and it's just like this added piece. So they're doing 6.5 million annualized burn. So they're doing 6.5 million annualized burn, but I'm modeling in 2027 they're going to get up to in 2027 they're going to get up to 60x, and that's going to be from growth. That's credit purchases. That's going to be from growth in credit purchases, adding new products, so like modeling out, adding new products, so like modeling out, as well as modeling out new burns, as well as modeling out new burns deliver that they could potentially From there, I apply a 50x multiple. From there, I apply a 50x multiple, is a lot, or you could say is like essentially conservative for something that's like growing conservative for something that's like growing even faster year over year, or even faster. So that gets me to a $38 price target. So that gets me to a $38 price target value should be what I believe the fair value should be today. Yeah, it was on the trajectory. It was on the trajectory. If Michael Saylor and there wasn't all the FUD around like the equity raise, there wasn't all the FUD around like the equity raise. 20s or 30s. I think we would already be in the like 20s. But yeah, I mean it was a healthy reset. But yeah, I mean it was a healthy reset. So if you look at the unstaking queue, so about like 2/3 of the supply is staked, like, and 2/3 of the supply is staked, and among the there's a 7-day cooldown period. And whenever there's a big increase in price, and whenever there's a big increase in price, people unstake because in the unstaking queue or whatever is the lowest that it's been since December. Is the lowest that it's been. That means that there's like not really a ton of additional sellers. Not really a ton of additional sellers. There's a bunch of catalysts coming up. There's a bunch of catalysts coming up, and we're seeing like added new burns, verifiable. We're seeing like chain. So like verifiable. None of this is financial advice, and these are all none of this is financial advice, and these are all caveats. All of those, but yeah, I think the setup is really good. I think the setup going back to what I was saying in the beginning about like going back to what I was saying in the beginning about areas of the market that are actually getting the two areas of the market that are actually getting capital trading, like being AI and 24/7 trading, like Hyperliquid on the 24/7 trading story there. Hyperliquid is pretty much the story there. There's a scarcity of names that are really interesting. There's a scarcity of names that are really interesting and are easy to underwrite. Real growth. I think Venice is one of those names. So I think Venice is one of those names. It's one of the assets that I think should rebound. One of the assets that I think should rebound pretty quickly.
Venice, to be honest, I think it's a super clear thesis on Venice. Rare to have a crypto app. Rare to have a crypto has millions of customers and has millions of customers and has breakout not just crypto outside, and also has a team that's been in crypto, and also has a team that's been in crypto and knows how tokens work, and knows how to and knows how to value it, and knows how to. I think it's a really rare setup. I think it's a really rare setup. The pendulum has swung. I do think we kind of got like the pendulum has swung revenue, all revenue direct to the token because revenue, all revenue direct to the token because of how has done how good Hyperliquid has done. I feel like an overreaction. Like there's teams that are like an overreaction. Like there's teams that are money to continue building those great products, but also money to continue building those great products, but also are concerned about token in a way that makes sense to the business. See, I like that makes sense. Obviously, yeah. I mean, and the one thing that I think about a lot. Yeah, I mean, and the one thing that I think about a lot, like Hyperliquid setting like a great example, but also like setting like a great example, but also like an unfair comp for most. Hyperliquid has nearly 100%. Hyperliquid has they don't really need to pay the team because the team has. They don't really need to pay the team because the team has tokens. The team covers the costs. So the team they don't really spend on marketing, so it's like 99% spend on marketing, so it's like 99% of the value. But it's a real business. Let's say the business has. But it's a real business. Let's say the business has 40 whatever percent margins, 60, 40 whatever percent margins, and then from there you have headcount costs. So like people look at the revenue of XYZ company that's a real off-chain business. XYZ company that's a real off-chain business, and they're like, oh, why are you doing 100%? They did a 100% buyback. They go bankrupt. They did a 100% buyback. So I think it's like important for investors. So I think it's like important for all between like what the differentiate between like what the actual cost profile of the business is as well.
Well, Austin, we have Ivan from MoonPay in the green room. We're running a little bit over time production. So you're very well spoken and articulate. You should do more. You're very well spoken and articulate. You should do more content. Yeah,
I'd love to. We can chat more. I'd love to. We can chat more.
Add me to the fucking group chat, brother. Add me to the fucking group chat, bro. I need to get like you guys. I need to get like you guys. I need to get like you guys. Thank you so much, Austin. All right, cool.
Later, brother.
Thank you so much, Austin.
Later, brother.
How long did you say you guys knew each other? How long did you get?
We were both bullish on Solana in like March. We were both bullish on Solana in like March, April, like when the fuck is this thing gonna finally move? Like when the fuck is this thing gonna finally move? Bullish on its old, but it was just was not moving at all. But it was just was not moving at all. Yeah, he used to be a coin fund, and now he's like, yeah, he used to be a coin fund, and now he's like,
is that crazy that I just poured it like that? Is that crazy that I just poured it like that? The chat's hilarious.
Bro, I got the fucking my light is like bro. I got the fucking my light is like
they're just mad funny. Listen, don't worry. Me and chat are like this today. Listen, don't worry. Me and chat are like this today. Yeah, you got to talk to your kick chat. Yeah, you gotta talk to the Kick chat going the craziest. The Kick chat when you're engaged going the craziest. We have Ivan in the green room. We've already given Ivan. We have Ivan in the green room. This is all thanks to this man who we're about to bring in. This is all thanks to this man who we're about to bring in. Randomly hit us and said, "MoonPay, yeah, this paybox shit, it's lit, it's going crazy. Yeah, this paybox shit, it's lit, it's going crazy. We want to give your chat 25 bands today." It wasn't like this formal thing. It was just kind of some cool shit. It wasn't like this formal thing. It was just kind of some cool shit. And as long as I've known this fucking guy, and I know you know him too, Zee, on like a personal level, and I know you know him too, Zee, on like a personal level, like the real way more time with Ivan in like the real level, in real life, like ever have in business level. That I ever have in business. This shit, man. Like he's and he fucking loves this. He's one of us at the end of the day. He's super into the AI. He's one of us at the end of the day. Super into the AI shit. Always been a guy who is like always been a guy who is like jump into a community like this one and support. Jump into a community like this one and whether it's buying zombies, any way that he can, crypto, whether it's buying zombies, fucking crypto punks. I don't know. This paybox shit's lit. He's going to talk about paybox shit. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to talk about W Ivan. He's going to introduce himself in the chat. Let's get some W Ivan. This is the big one. We've given away 8K, so we have 17. We've given away 8K, so we have $17,000. And maybe we'll have Ivan in his team. And maybe we'll have Ivan in his team or just him pick from his favorite comment, maybe like a grand prize from the segment. Just give maybe like a grand prize. We've been doing a little $1,000 5K. Give you a fucking really nice healthy start. Give you a fucking really nice healthy start for this next fund report for this 12 for this next 12 18 months. Is it just that easy? Imagine that. Like, is it just that easy? Picture for you. Imagine guys that. In the chat. Like, let me just paint 5K airdrop. Guys in the chat. Ivan, MoonPay. 5K airdrop. There you go. Ivan, just tail everything Z says on leverage. Tail about the other side on fucking 18 months. Come out the other side in fucking 18 months. A trillion. It is. Could it be that easy? Maybe it is. The rate we're going, it might be. Without further ado, Ivan, get the fuck in. Without further ado, Ivan, get the fuck in here. Let's get baby.
How we doing, guys?
Let's get baby.
How we doing, guys?
Good, brother. Glad you're here. How are you doing?
I'm excited to be on this show. This is the first time. I'm excited to be on this show. This is the first time.
First of many, hopefully. You guys have had a crazy couple days. You guys have had a crazy couple days. MoonPay and going viral and these airdrop things on the timeline. Paybox and do you want to just go ahead and introduce the chat? Do you want to just go ahead and just let us know what the fuck Paybox is? What you guys let us know what you're planning on doing is, what you guys are doing, what you're planning on doing.
So I'll kick it off. I'm obviously founder CEO. So I'll kick it off. I'm obviously founder CEO of MoonPay. In crypto, it was really about non-crypto. It was really about that you should be in control. I really believe that you should be in control of your money, and I love the idea that the wallet. And I love the idea that the wallet, and essentially these crypto wallets are bank accounts on steroids. Essentially these crypto wallets are bank accounts on steroids. All these different actions. They can essentially do all these different actions. When we've been thinking about the evolution of MoonPay, we started as MoonPay. We started as you put your card in, crypto comes out. You put your card in, crypto comes out. Pretty much every major favorite app in crypto. Pretty much every major favorite app in crypto. Name it. But when we thought about evolving the business, but when we thought about evolving the business, we really see ourselves becoming an operating system for value. As part of that. And we're now coinciding with that AI revolution. We're now coinciding with this more and more revolution of your day, and more and more of chat of your day is spent instead of chat. And so the big question was, how can we bring all these incredible innovations that are happening in crypto, all these incredible innovations that are happening in crypto, and have it feel native inside of your chat, and have it feel native. That essentially is what Paybox is. Paybox, that essentially is a secure way for you to attach a non-custodial wallet, to attach your non-custodial wallet, obviously more LLMs or your ChatGPT on the way. Obviously more LLMs, but the idea is on the way. Connect your Paybox, but the idea is securely. You connect your Paybox, and you can take advantage of all these DeFi actions, and you can take advantage of all these DeFi actions without having to leave your chat. It's a very magical experience, and so we wanted to get people excited about it. We wanted as many people to try it as possible. We wanted as many people to try it as possible. Anticipation was going to happen yesterday. Anticipation was going to happen 9 million yesterday on our AI video. There's an AI version of myself. On our AI video, there's an AI version of the product. Check it out if you haven't. Introducing the product. Check it out if you haven't done our timeline. We were quite excited about that. It was pretty fun. We were quite excited about that design team. We have an Other Life killer design team. We've been working on incredible AI content. We're obviously working with you guys incredible AI content. We're obviously working with you guys on this Lumara festival. We're very excited about doing that with Venice. Leaning into the bleeding edge of technology. Leaning into the bleeding edge of technology. We wanted to build a compelling experience. We wanted to build a compelling experience for people. Crypto can make a real difference for everyday actions. Crypto can make a real difference for everyday actions. I booked a flight using Paybox without having to go to EasyJet.com, without having to go to EasyJet from my wallet. Didn't have to take my card out. Took it from my wallet and didn't have to take my card out. I would imagine. Boom. Found the best deal. I would imagine. Yeah, I love EasyJet. EasyJet. That's a great deal. Yeah, I love EasyJet. EasyJet. I think I paid $400 in USDC. I think I paid $400 in USDC. Happened magically. Over X402. Happened magically, and I booked it. It took like like 2 or 3 prompts to get there. Yeah, it took like 2 or 3 prompts to get there. Check what seed I wanted, check my date of birth, and the rest. Check what seed I wanted, magical, and the rest. But yeah, we're just getting started. I think the future. When I think about the future, I think the future. When I think about the future, will be I have a prompt. The future will be who's going to be the best executor of that prompt. Who's going to be the best person to be able to execute that prompt. Who's going to be the best person to be able to execute those. And really, what we see is Paybox is okay. And really, what we see is Paybox is okay for you to. If we make it link your non-custodial wallet, link your non-custodial wallet, API secrets, your card credentials, your API payments vault, and you can do this in a secure. Then you have the ability to use Claude to direct it. Then you have the ability to use Claude to direct it in any way that you see fit.
Hey Claude, I need 5 guys. Hey Claude, I need 5 guys. Just my typical talking 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's on X402 and X402. Yeah, well, it's on X402 and X402. We're very early. I think it's Coinbase and Cloudflare, the X402 standard. From Coinbase and Cloudflare, but it's pretty magical, right? You can essentially do these micropayments on these actions. Essentially do these micropayments. More and more people are building an entire library of applications. Are building an entire library of X402, and you don't need to take your card out anymore when you go to a website. And you don't need to take your card out anymore when you go to a website, right? You're going to just do it directly. I think that eventually will die, right? You're going to just do it directly.
I mean, I think it's to the point where removing steps, removing clicks, limiting the number of steps, removing clicks, limiting the number of clicks that a desired result is an action or get to your desired result. Things like this are innovated. I feel like we're not really that far off from no clicks. I feel like we're not really that far off from no clicks. Speaking to Claude, speaking to Claude. You're getting to a point where you're not even speaking, you're just thinking. You're getting to a point where you're not even speaking, you're just thinking. So why is the timeline going so crazy about? So why is the timeline going so crazy about? It's very rare to see Paybox. Why is everyone super excited? It's very rare to see the way that they've celebrated this. Celebrate something the way that they've celebrated about something, or the way they have been positive about something.
Yeah. So I think that there's a lot of AI innovation going on. So I think that there's a lot of AI innovation going on. Kind of the signal from the noise. How do you separate kind of the signal from the noise? And I think that a lot of people have built remote controls. And I think that a lot of people have built remote controls loop application. To my knowledge, I think we're the very first people that have taken. To my knowledge, I think we're the very first people that have taken. Put it directly inside of Cloud and ChatGPT. Put it directly, and then enable you to take advantage of all these applications. And then enable you to take advantage of if you want to. You can swap into any crypto asset. Swap into any crypto asset. Place a bet on a prediction market. Place a bet on a prediction market. Earn yield. You can earn yield. Actually take any X402 action. Actually take any X402 action interface. And I think there's just something magical about experiencing it. There's just something magical about the rationale behind the claim that we have. The rationale behind the claim that we have with your audience right now. We're going to double the pool. I'm going to share with your audience right now. We're going to double the pool. So we obviously through some of your way to give to your audience.